Hi, it's Rachel from the Herbalist Garden. We're going to talk about hibiscus today. Hey, so I traded my work from home day for this week from Thursday to Tuesday because they have meetings and they need me in on Thursday anyway. It's the whole thing. So I'm at home. Excuse my mess. Always in renovation. And I actually have some with me because I'm home. Some hibiscus. This is dried hibiscus. See if I can get. Oh, no, not going to show that way. Anyway, dried hibiscus. My daughter and I found these flowers when we were at a birthday party one time. I don't have very much because, you got to ethically source everything. It was free of pesticides and everything, but at the same time, I wanted to not take everything because it's not just for me. I wanted to keep it for the bees, the birds, all that beautiful stuff. Anyway, so I got a couple. Anyways, we're going to talk about hibiscus today. So it offers several health benefits, more than I thought. I knew about like it lowered blood pressure. I knew that it had antioxidants. I knew it was anti-inflammatory. But it does a lot more than that. So let's get to it. So it also can aid in weight management and improve liver health. Hibiscus is thought to possess various bioactive active substances, including anthocyanins, flavonoids, organic acids, phenolic compounds, and many human health benefits. So, just a reminder, I am not a doctor. My little disclaimers. I am an herbalist and I offer you the best information that I can possibly through all my learnings, the internet, and what have you. I will be reading from the screen over here so that I can keep organized in my thoughts and not go off tangents because that's what I do. Hibiscus. So hibiscus, there is multiple varieties and all of them are beneficial, medicinally beneficial. There's 200 hibiscus species and they're all in the Malvaceae plant family. Uh, so all those compounds and all those bioactive substances, they benefit in treating metabolic conditions, including high cholesterol and blood pressure. And the parts that are usable are the seeds, the flowers, and the leaves, all the stems as well. They have all been used for centuries as food and traditional medicine. Today you can find hibiscus flavored jams, jellies, sausage, syrups, teas. Tazo has this tea that you can buy cold. It's so good. It's very, very good. It's one of my favorites. I don't buy it if I find it for free, and then I have it. So the ingredient is especially popular in West Africa, Central and South America, and the Caribbean. It's also known as a roselle or a sorrel, but it's used to treat high blood pressure and indigestion even. So there's several species of hibiscus, as we said, like 200 of them. And it just depends on where, because it is a tropical plant. So if you're having it in zone 4, 5, 6, maybe even 7, you're going to want to bring it in the winter. It is a perennial though too, but it just depends on how bad your winter is as to whether it'll come back. Because I had multiple things not come back this year that had come back in previous years, but this winter was so bad that I had a lot of things die off, and I'm quite sad about it. But anyways, the Hibiscus sabdarifa is the most commonly used for hibiscus tea. You'll also find it called mallow sometimes, because mallow is the same. What's that word? Malvaceae plant family. It's in there. So it's usually antibacterial, antioxidant, anti-diabetic, kidney protective, so hepaprotective, liver protective. I got this backwards. Anti-hypertensive, tissue growth and repair. It's good for maintenance on cartilage, bones, teeth, wound healing, and the formation of collagen, and for iron absorption. So we know, as all plants do, it fights inflammation. So if you are having a plant-based diet, you will have very little issues with inflammation, unless there's some extenuating circumstance. But for us omnivores, um, we need the help with the plants. We need the plant help. It has antioxidants, as we all know, because pretty much every plant has antioxidants too. So antioxidants are molecules that help combat free radicals, which can damage your cells. Hibiscus, oh good, the dryer stopped. Hibiscus is rich in powerful antioxidants and may help prevent damage and disease caused by the buildup of free radicals. One study for people with Marfan syndrome, I had never heard of this, a disorder that affects connective tissue, found that an infusion of hibiscus extract reduced oxidative stress and increased antioxidant levels in the blood. Okay. Hibiscus contains also beta carotene, vitamin C, anthocyanins, and those are all present when you make a hibiscus extract. And there's studies that find that it prevents cell damage in rats. So they would, or typically find that it would be helpful for us as humans. So it also lowers blood pressure. And high blood pressure can place extra strain on the heart and cause it to weaken. It is associated with It is also associated with increased risk of heart disease. Several studies have found that hibiscus tea specifically may lower both systolic and diastolic blood pressure. In one small study, 46 people with high blood pressure consumed hibiscus tea or a placebo. After 1 month, those who drank hibiscus tea had a greater decrease in systolic and diastolic blood pressure than those who took the placebo. So, I mean, these are all just proof that these things work. Now, here's the little caveat. It's not going to work for everybody, and it's not going to work quickly. Things that work naturally with your body get to the root of the issues, and it'll take a while before you can see it. Because, like, say for instance, like somebody who gets diagnosed with a stage 4 cancer, right? Did they know they had it ahead of time? Possibly not. Were they ignoring signs? Possibly. But there are people who have been diagnosed with things that never had a symptom. And yet it's been, just invasive in their bodies, and they all of a sudden get diagnosed with it. So, like, things like hibiscus, and all the herbs, we don't necessarily see them working, but they are. And we have to be patient, and we have to be diligent with taking care of ourselves and eating healthy, exercising, or remaining active. I can't say that I exercise very much, but I do remain active. I'm working on improving some things about myself, but either way, the point is that they don't work quickly. They may in a blood test, but like for what we see, not necessarily. So that also helps improve blood fat levels, which is just like cholesterol and triglycerides and things like that. So, in addition to lowering blood pressure, some studies have found that hibiscus tea can help improve cholesterol and triglyceride levels. In a 2009 study, 60 people with diabetes consumed hibiscus or black tea. After 1 month, those who drank the hibiscus tea had increased levels of HDL, the good cholesterol, and decreased levels of the LDL, the bad cholesterol, and a decrease in the triglycerides. Another study in people with metabolic syndrome found that taking 100 milligrams of hibiscus extract daily was associated with a decreased cholesterol and increased HDL. In 2022, a review found that hibiscus tea could reduce levels of LDL cholesterol more effectively than other types of tea or placebo. So another thing it does is it boosts liver health. So we got a lot here, so I got to keep on rolling with it. I think there was, how many pages? 18 pages worth of information for you. All right. So it boosts liver health. This little lovely here. It produces protein, because our liver does all these fun things. It produces protein, secretes bile, and breaking down fat that are essential for overall health. I mean, our liver, if it's bad, then we're not good. It's very important. So a small 2014 study in 19 people that were overweight found that taking hibiscus extracts for 12 weeks improved liver cirrhosis. I think that's how you pronounce the word. This condition is characterized by an accumulation of fat in the liver, which can lead to liver failure. Blah 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 blah. There's a couple different. There's alcoholic fatty liver, and then there's non-alcoholic fatty liver, and this one would be the non-alcoholic one. Study in hamsters also demonstrated the potential liver protecting properties of hibiscus extract, showing that treatment with hibiscus extract decreased markers of liver damage. And in 2022, another animal study reported that hibiscus extract helped improve fatty liver disease in rats fed a high-fat diet. So it combats it. It's just over time. It's over time. Research suggests that it will reduce liver inflammation, and those are while promoting liver function by increasing the production of detoxifying enzymes. So if our enzymes are really high, it means that it's working overtime trying to fix itself, and it doesn't work without help. It can. But particularly in America, everybody's just so unhealthy. Even in the healthiest people, if they went to McDonald's, guess what? They're unhealthy right now. So it promotes weight loss. If you've got a healthy liver, you probably are going to have less weight issues. So In a 2014 study, 36 overweight participants consumed either hibiscus extract or placebo. After 12 weeks, those who had taken the hibiscus extract had reduced body weight, body fat, and BMI, and waist to hip ratio. So, drink up that hibiscus tea if you need to. There's still more to that. I'll get there. So, suggesting that hibiscus extract could reduce body weight and appetite by preventing the accumulation of fat cells. Those are people who still had high fat diets and then drank the hibiscus tea and it helped. So, it can help. There's still more. We'll get there. So it has compounds that prevent cancer. So cancer in itself is just, I believe it's something we can help by eating healthy, being active, and consuming more vegetables than meat. But at the same time, I am completely a meat eater. I love my burgers. I love my steaks. So don't get me wrong. Don't not eat those, because we need those for like the iron, and we need those for all those lovely things that they give us that these can't. So hibiscus is high in polyphenols, compounds shown to possess powerful anti-cancer properties. Test tube studies have found that regarding the potential effects of the hibiscus extract on cancer, it impaired cell growth and reduced the invasiveness of mouth and plasma cell cancers. Another study showed that hibiscus leaf extract prevented human prostate cancer cells from spreading. It has also been shown to inhibit other types of growth of cancer cells, including breast, stomach, and skin cancer. So, and it does that by the next thing it does, helps decrease the growth of bacteria. Bacteria are single-cell organisms that can cause various infections, including bronchitis, pneumonia, UTIs, and in addition to having the antioxidant and anti-cancer properties, it could help protect against bacterial infections. So, like, the extract inhibited the activity of E. coli, and it also found that it fought 8 strains of bacteria and was as effective as some medications used to treat bacterial infections. It also aids in digestion. So if it does all that stuff, it's got to aid in digestion because it's going to clean out everything. So it's a mild laxative properties, but it's mostly works on increasing urine production and acting as a diuretic, which also flushes out toxins. It can alleviate symptoms of constipation and bloating, hence detoxifying. The organic acids that it has enhance gastric juice secretions, aiding in food breakdown and improving nutrient absorption. It can also help people who struggle with digestive issues. So I highly recommend making it part of your routine, but there's still more to that. It also will help reduce the feelings of fullness and discomfort after you eat. So having a post-meal beverage of hibiscus, whether it be iced tea, cold, hot tea, whatever you want, it's supposed to break down those toxins and the gas and bloating and stuff like that happens when you overeat or when you have something with just too much yeast in it or whatever you do. But those are ways that it helps. So it boosts the immune system with the vitamin C, helps the body fend off infections and illnesses, improving and enhancing the production of white blood cells. I have to speed through this. I've only got 11 minutes left. It regulates blood sugar levels, which is crucial for managing diabetes effectively. And let's see, it supports heart health. That kind of goes along with helping with the cholesterol and triglycerides, the metabolic issues. And there's a thing called dyslipidemia. It's marked by an imbalance of lipids in your blood, including triglycerides, HDL, LDL. I guess that's a fancy term for having high cholesterol and high triglycerides and stuff like that. But it basically moderates those lipids to a normal homeostasis for you. So it'll help with assist with cravings to regulate your insulin response as well. So it's good for skin health. I know you have seen that there are hibiscus skincare products. So it improves skin elasticity and hydration due to its vitamin A and C. And drinking hibiscus tea regularly can reduce acne breakouts while minimizing fine lines and wrinkles. And people put it into their skincare routine. It's just something that if you're making yourself lotion, put hibiscus in there. It will drastically improve the quality of your skin and just your body in general. Because think about it, our bodies are, our skin is our largest organ. So we have to take care of it. We will take care of the inside as well. So it can reduce anxiety and stress. Certain compounds in the flower may promote a relaxation. It can influence neurotransmitters associated with mood regulation, offering potential benefits for mental well-being without side effects often linked to pharmaceutical options. Much better. So enjoy a cup before bedtime, and it kind of eases you into a restful sleep and relieving tension that you accumulated throughout the day. It's good for menstrual health. Because of its anti-inflammatory properties, it can alleviate cramps and different things like that. It has potential to balance out the hormones, which I have not found that to be the case for me, but that doesn't mean it couldn't for you. As I said, it works differently for different people. Some of us require a stronger, like a lady's mantle. Some of us require less, like a hibiscus. I would say that lady's mantle is much more potent as opposed to hibiscus. So it improves your hair health too. So if you make your own shampoo or anything for your hair, hibiscus it is. Part of it's just all the good things. It promotes hair growth and scalp health. You can add the tea specifically right into your shampoo or just right onto your head in general. Just make your tea, dunk. There's quite a few things you can do that with. It's just, I think that's something the girls should do on girls' night out sometime. I'm goofy like that, but whatever. So it's the vitamin C and the minerals and the polyphenols and different things like that that have the anti-inflammatory properties that can. The flower on, let's see, the flowers are believed to cure ailments such as hair loss, cough, graying of hair. The flowers are dried and ground into a fine powder and mixed with water and then applied to the scalp. So, I mean, she could probably do an infusion. It would probably work just as well because you're still getting the compounds out of it. But if you want to ground it up and get hibiscus powder, by all means. So it also treat head lice. So it's surprised to know that hair loss due to thyroid problems can also be prevented if you consume a cup of hibiscus tea or apply hibiscus paste to the scalp to prevent graying of hair and provide vital nutrients to the hair follicles. But it also can remove head lice. So I don't know how. I just know that it does. So it also can help with fever, constipation, cold, and overall general well-being. The pulp or the juice made from the leaves can treat skin wounds. As we talked about, it was a diuretic. It's supposed to be able to lower the body temperature and treat nerve and heart disease. And those are all come from it being a diuretic as well. It can, and we talked about it helping with menstrual stuff. So even like for menopause, it can help with hot flashes. No, we didn't talk about the diuretic before. It's here. That's why I keep it organized, because I don't know what's coming next. But basically, it increases urine production while flushing out excess body fluids, which usually are the toxins that we're trying to flush out. So then, therefore, it helps with kidneys. It is shown to benefit kidney function and relief from symptoms of UTIs. It is found to act as a diuretic, which helps remove excess fluid from the body, and it also prevents kidney stones because it does all this. So we're going to talk about dosage. Dosage. This is where I kept on saying it's coming. You should aim for 2 to 3 cups daily, maximum. Remember, moderation. Moderation. It is hibiscus tea has been used safely for up to 6 weeks at a dose of 24 ounces per day. So they say cups, so 2 to 3. Depends on how big your cup is, I suppose. 24 ounces at most a day. That is the general rule of thumb for hibiscus. So don't sit there and make hibiscus tea your only drink you drink during the day, because there are ways to cause problems if you don't work in moderation. Moderation. While hibiscus tea offers plenty of health benefits, there are some potential risks associated with its consumption. So it has been known to lower blood pressure, right? But don't take it if you're on blood pressure medication. No, can't combine them because it will make it not work correctly or overdo it. Don't have it if you're pregnant because it's an emmenagogue, so it can actually stimulate menstruation and that can cause you to have a miscarriage. So no pregnants. I guess if you're at the end of a pregnancy and trying to induce labor, but wait until 40 weeks for that stuff. So drug interactions, you can't have it if you are on any sort of liver medications. You can't have it with chloroquine. You can't have it with blood pressure or diabetes medications. No phytoestrogens. It will decrease the effectiveness of birth control medication. Don't take it if you're on fertility treatments. No hormone treatments, low blood pressure. Just can't have it on those things. Just can't. So if you're not on any pharmaceuticals at all, guess what? You can have hibiscus tea. And then we're going to talk about its growing. And I've only got about 2.5 minutes left. It thrives and requires full sun, well-drained soil, and consistent moisture. So you can regularly fertilize it in the growing season and proper watering. It produces healthy blooms. It grows wild here in our area. So it's not that difficult to take care of. It is hardy in the zones 4 through 9, while tropical hibiscus usually is 10 to 12. So make sure if you're finding hibiscus, you're finding the correct one. The mallow versions go really well here in central Pennsylvania because that's where I found these, and they're all over. I've bought quite a few plants and they have not thrived, but I also buy them when they're almost dead. So they'll grow, they'll work, but they don't thrive, and that's what we want. We want them to thrive. So yes, you can have it here in central Pennsylvania, zones 4 through 9, and if you have a tropical, then 10 through 12. So when I was down in St. Croix for my honeymoon, there was tons of it around, and I got some there too, but I have used that up since. The tropical stuff, I think, tastes a smidge better than the mallow version, but it still has all the same benefits, and that's what's important. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate your participation. Participation, it's kind of important. I think I appreciate it. And if you can leave a comment below about maybe even what you'd like to learn next, that would be great. I appreciate you being here and learning with me today. You guys have a wonderful day. Tell me what you think of hibiscus. How's it helped you?